Yeah, now we have 2023, and I hope you had a very good start in this new year. I hope you don't put too much pressure on yourself, how you want to be. For myself, I have more vision in my mind how I want my year to look like or where I want to be by the end of 2003. It's not about improving myself, but it's more about going in the direction to live the life where I think I have a happy life and my soul and my body are in a good state. For myself, I want a good life for me and my dog, to actually live here where I'm currently. This is one of my biggest dreams. I just try to figure out how I can do it because to live in the countryside you always need a bit, you need money, you need a job, and to afford the life you want to have here. When you live in the countryside, you also need a car. Currently, I live in the city, so I don't need a car. And this is all the things I have to think about and to figure them out. But one of my dreams is to live one day in the countryside with my dog. And this next year, 2023, I use again to work on this dream to get one step closer. And somebody could say, why you're not just moving? Yeah, I don't know. I'm now in an age where it's not that easy anymore. When I was in my 20s or early 30s, I did move a lot and it was easy. But now when you're grown up, you have so many things and you are responsible. You have a life, you have to earn money, you have to pay your rent. And I want also to be a bit prepared. It's not, I recognized I'm not Superwoman, and there are sometimes situations where you need other people you trust, you can rely on. So I'm figuring out how to do it in a good way, but this is my kind of dream for me and my dog. No, Anja? Yeah, and the one thing I wanted to talk about is I don't know, I think we live in a world, or at least when I was growing up in my 20s and 30s, that it's a lot about to travel a lot, to see a lot, to adventure a lot, to always be kind of in the outside, to experience a lot of things, and then the life seems to be good. I was also doing it. I was living abroad for many years. I was traveling a lot and experience a lot of with my friends and have a lot of parties and I don't know, so many things. And I was never really in one place because I was moving so many times. It was a very, very interesting life and I don't want to miss it. It's really, really good. But it's not what I want to say. It's not this one life which seems to be good. It's also a very good life to stay in one place and to live your life. I see it like a tree, like a tree who's a tree which is growing bigger and higher, and the roots are growing more in the earth. And I think it's like when you stay in a place, you are like a tree with roots and with all those leaves, and usually your social network is getting bigger and you connect more to the place where you are living. I recognized this with my allotment. It's like the spring starts 2 weeks earlier. Everything is blooming earlier. Or this year we had very early snow, and now during New Year it's already very warm, and this year this looks different, and this animal I did not recognize the other years. When you connect in this way to your place where you live, it's a very nice experience. And I just wanted to share it because I had in my life the impression it's the only interesting life is kind of seeing the world and experience a lot and travel a lot, and of course I did know it's not true, but as I'm settled in now and I stay at one place At least I try to. I recognized how deeper the life gets. That I recognize more about my environment and the nature around me, and there's so much to discover. Yeah, and which I did not see because I did this traveling so much and living abroad and being with friends and but I think it's also a thing about the age. Of course, when you're young, you want to see the world, you want to travel a lot, you want to party, you want to do cool stuff. But there's nothing wrong to stay in one place. And actually, I see myself for the period of my life now, maybe until the end, because I think it's such a joy to stay in one place. And a dream of mine would be to stay in this place here and just to see the changes during the year, to see the spring, the summer, the autumn, the winter. And when I was moving so many times, I did not recognize everything I could discover in spring and autumn, etc. I hope you understand, or I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying to say. Just like I recognized when staying in one place, it's also a very, very beautiful life, and it's deeper. In my opinion, it's deeper, and you get more connected to the environment, and yeah, that's the way it is. I'm going to cook red cabbage, which I ate with my family and friend on Christmas Eve. While I'm cooking, I use the time to give you a few glimpses of what I often call my first life. My first life in which everything revolved around the career as a financial analyst. I think the insight may be necessary to understand my current perspective on life. I belong to a generation in Germany who had a lot of opportunities and freedom. My family comes from the former German Democratic Republic, where traveling to other countries as we know it today was not possible. I took my chances and saw the world. No, I haven't just seen them, I've lived in different cultures. I studied business administration and became a financial analyst. My studies and my job have made it possible for me to explore the world in a very simple way. As a business administration graduate, almost everything in my life since graduating has revolved around my career. I try to do well in my studies in order to get the coveted internships at international companies. The absolute highlight of my studies were the semesters and internships abroad. It was a matter of course. First I moved where I could do an internship, and later where I got a permanent position. So when I was younger, I was much more on the road. I did not have a fixed place where I did live. I did move a lot of times, and I always visited my family for Christmas. And that was a great experience to be on the road, to see the world, etc. But I really missed the beauty of daily life. And now as I'm grown up and I settled in and I stay and I'm not moving so many times anymore, it's actually nice to see how every year the things get repeated. You see your environment with different eyes. I don't know, it just feels good to stay and to have time to make red cabbage. Yeah, I can. It's really like this. You can have fun at home too. I think everything has its time. I enjoy my daily life. I'm not so much the type anymore to travel a lot and want to see a lot. It's nice for me, of course, to travel once a year, but it's not so important to me anymore because I find joy in my daily life. But I don't know, it's some other joy. And I really like it. I stand here alone in my kitchen and I prepare it, and tomorrow my family is coming and a good friend of mine. I have a pretty good time just cooking red cabbage. And this I did not know in my 20s and maybe early 30s that it would bring me so much joy and calmness. I slow down a lot, and yeah, so that's why I keep continuing cooking the red cabbage. I didn't ask myself where do I want to live, but where is the job I want to have. My supreme discipline was adaptation. I go where I'm needed. This was my mindset. This was my life. The result has been already in my early 30s, I moved 26 times. I had around 33 roommates. I had lived abroad in 6 different countries for 6 years, and I worked as a financial analyst, as an expert abroad for 3 years. In one way, I had everything in life. By the other way, life passed me. All of this shaped me. That's why it fascinates me now to stay in one place like a tree and just grow and find support with my roots. Because if there was one thing I didn't have in my first life, it was this hold in life. I was uprooted, and when the first heavy storm hit me, it pulled the rug out from under my feet. I kind of lived for work. I was always at home where my work was. This is, by the way, kind of expected when your goal is to be one day in a management position in an international company. It sounds a bit sad, which it kind of is, but it also allowed me to live an incredibly exciting life and see the world for a very long time. But now I like to stay and get to know the people and environment around me. I like experiencing the seasons in the same place over and over again. Sometimes I have the feeling I missed out on a lot in my first life because I didn't notice it all, because simply everything revolved around the job. As you already know, that would only be half of the truth. I just missed a certain part of life. That's why I enjoy now the simple things in life, and I really like being at home. I love my apartment because it's my first apartment with my own furniture, and I haven't moved out of it after a year. I like my allotment garden world, which is like a small village in a big city where everyone knows each other. I like the simple things in life because they are really special. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking bad about my career life as financial analyst. In fact, I'm proud of what I have achieved, and I feel blessed I had so many possibilities to study, work and live abroad. I loved this life, and for me it was a perfect life for my 20s and 30s. But for me, everything in life has its season. I'm now in a phase of my life where I discover new things. I find joy in daily life. For example, up to my early 30s, I did not really have an own household. I lived most of the time abroad and visited my mom and grandmother 2-3 times per year. Now I can invite my mom for Christmas Eve to my place and she can relax a bit more than usual. I'm just so happy I can do this now. As I said, I think everything has its phase in our life.
I've been lost just trying to forget her, but I wake up and nothing's changed. I've been gone down lost in the letters, trying to get back into place. I've been losing ground in the lost and found, 'cause I let it slip away. Can't remember what I thought I wanted, now it all has gone to waste. And this freedom just left me haunted, and all my reasons start to fade. 'Cause I thought it wasn't worth it, yeah, I thought it was too late. I was so burned out, trying to ease my mind like there was nothing left to save. I'll say it now.
So instead of walking constantly new ways in my life, it happens more and more I walk the same ones. Some of them I walked by now so many times, so I did fall in love with them. My best companion and also friend is my dog Ronja. Together with her I discover the nature around the place where I currently live. Especially in nature I have now a lot of favorite places which have my heart. I try to visit them as much as possible. So I also have my favorite forest with whom I shared my darkest times and who gave me hope and strength for everything lying in front of me. As I have settled down, I also recognize the change in my environment, and unfortunately some places disappear. This I recognize much more since I have my dog Ronja and I'm forced to make walks with her. Yeah, we came yesterday from the city. Or maybe here. Yeah, we came yesterday from the city, and I was really looking forward to exactly this place, which was not looking like that. Maybe you saw one of my other videos, and I showed this place already, and it looked very different because there have been a lot of trees, and it was like a fairy tale forest, and it was so beautiful. And today I was so looking forward to go to this place, and I'm here with bike, so I was traveling from there, and I'm like, oh, why does this look so empty? And yeah, they took all the trees. Yeah, and I'm really disappointed. Really, I'm really sad. Yeah, and here's my magical tree. In one of my latest videos you can see this as a winter scene. And this is kind of my magical place. Yeah, you can say it's just a forest. Yeah, but it was my favorite place here. And I was really looking so much forward to this place. Yeah, I'm really sad, but I think it's because also wood is, everybody needs it because the prices are higher and gas is much more expensive, electricity, so there is a big demand for wood, and I think that's why they took it down. I think also Ronja is surprised how it looks here now. Yeah. Yep, this is how it looks now. Everything is empty, and I was walking here before in a beautiful forest, and now it looks like this.
I'm aware of the bonds that were created today. When you told me that sure there's a way, the water's so still and my pain has gone away. The air is much cleaner after it rains. Follow my love, the scent that's in spring air. Follow the moon to the sun. There's a call for new beginnings here. Let the sorrow of yester disappear. Let your body be new. I'm a wanderer of the soul. Before the end, I plan to be whole, but I know I'll lose myself along the way. What's gone is gone.
Yeah, and it's funny because just some weeks ago I did watch a video from somebody else, and she made the same experience where she's living. She also has her favorite forest, and one day one of her favorite ones was gone too, and she was also very sensitive about it. And I was like, oh yeah, I can feel you. And I was thinking about this place, and I knew in this moment, I knew when one day this place is gone, it will also hurt me. And it does. I think for some people it might look ridiculous, it's just a forest, why she's crying. But I know there are some people who know what I'm talking about, and yeah, I think I will take some of these as kind of a memory. Yeah, because this place is really, I come here always when I'm not feeling good. I come here also when I was feeling good, but it meant a lot to me when I did struggle and I was feeling really bad. This place gave me hope and energy, and now it's gone. I mean, I will survive, of course. There are other forests, and I find a new fairy tale forest. But I think here you can see, when, for example, I live also in the city, and when you live in the city, you don't recognize this. And you also don't fall in love with those places because you do not go here a lot of times. But when you're in places like this and you live here, or you visit here a lot, and you find your favorite nature places, and then they're suddenly gone, it makes you sad. Yeah.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way.